I look back at WrestleMania 21 and look at one of those things that it's a fun WrestleMania to watch, and you can see that the WWE was going in a new direction, a new era, so to speak, for the WWE. They was moving away from the Rock and Austin thing, and they was trying to build a new stars. 2005, so you had like the rise of Edge, the rise of John Cena and Batista, two of the biggest names that will be pinnacle to your company in the next 5 to 10 years. Like in 10 years' time, they will be still the pinnacle of the company. Randy Orton as well. Like he was getting pushed as well. I know I said Edge, but got really established after this WrestleMania. Um, and then you had also other guys like Shelton Benjamin would get a push, um, and then etc. and stuff. Jeff Hardy as well. He'd be another one in the discussion that would get a push. Um, So anyway, getting to the WrestleMania card, we opened WrestleMania with Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero. This is a really good match here. 2005. This was a time when Eddie and Rey were feuding, going into SummerSlam. 2005 over the custody of Dominic. So Rey and Eddie, they were tag team champions at the time. They had a really good match here. Rey and Eddie, awesome chemistry. Like I said, Rey gets the win with the Hurricane Rana. Good, you got like 12 minutes or good time, good amount of time he had. Then we get the first ever, the pinnacle, like the first ever, the inaugural Money in the Bank. The idea that Chris Jericho came up with himself, so big up Chris Jericho for that. It was Edge, Benoit, Christian, Kane, and Shelton Benjamin. I think I said everybody there. And oh yeah, Tonko was there too. This match was awesome. Like the first the first ever Money in the Bank match. You had a lot of fucking awesome spots here. There's too many like to name. Shelton Benjamin, anytime he was in the Money in the Bank, there's like a highlight reel for him, so pretty good there. Kane looked good in this match. Everybody had a good role in this match. There wasn't nobody who looked bad in this match. Tyson Tonka, he looked pretty good in the match too. He did some bits with Christian and stuff. But in the end, it comes to up to Benoit and Edge, who's going to get the win. But briefcase, Edge gets a chair, whacks over Benoit. Benoit selling his arm injury. And then Edge wins the Money in the Bank, and obviously, 2006, No Way Out, I think it was, he cashed on John Cena, and that's where it would elevate Edge even more with that feud with John Cena he had, and the rest is history. He's a WWE Hall of Famer now, so yeah. Then we have The Undertaker versus Randy Orton. A feud that I really enjoyed in 2005 was Undertaker versus Randy Orton. It was one of those feuds that, in my opinion, got the best out of Randy Orton, in my opinion. Like, I know the Triple H and Randy Orton was never the best, and they really rushed that too quickly, in my opinion. It should have been Batista and Triple H. But when they had this program with Randy Orton and Undertaker in 2005, I was really enjoying it because you had Bob Orton, he was in there, and he was obviously protecting his son, saying that he's gonna, stuff like that. And then you had the Undertaker, like when Randy Orton was gonna have wash his face or gonna have a shower, every time he go to the mirror, he would actually see Undertaker's reflection, and they did like a worry thing, like, wait a minute, only Randy Orton can see it, but nobody else could actually see it, like his dad couldn't see it, so they did like Ultimate Warrior Hogan thing. Then obviously, yeah, the video package was awesome. The match they had was pretty damn good too. Randy Orton tries to RKO's Undertaker, then Undertaker kicks out. Then Undertaker gets the tombstone, wins the match, and that's that. I think they continued this feud, after WrestleMania, if I'm correct. I think that this was the first one they had, because I remember they had 2 more matches. I'm sure they had a Hell in a Cell match. Then we had one of my favourite matches at WrestleMania 25. WrestleMania 21, sorry. It was Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels. I really enjoyed this match. Probably match of the night, in my opinion. 2 of the best in WWE at the time, in my opinion. Yes, you had Benoit, you had you had Benoit, you had Angle, you had Shawn, the 3 best technical wrestlers in my opinion back then. And then these 2 guys, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, the dream match. Just these guys had a really awesome match. Kurt Angle wins with the ankle lock. I thought that this was a real good match here. Just awesome. I could not say anything else more about it. Just got 2 guys that never faced off against each other, but had great chemistry. Like, this was the first time they faced off against each other, Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels, and this was a fucking awesome match. Then we have the sumo match with Big Show. Basically, Big Show loses the match, so it's a whatever match. Then we get John Cena versus JBL for the WWE Championship. This match was solid. It wasn't really about the match, to be honest. It was about, obviously, John Cena's big moment. Was he finally going to become WWE Champion? And this was the time when he was getting pushed heavily, and obviously he would go to become, also 16-time World Champion. John Cena won with the FU, yes. Back in the day, it was not called the AA, it was called the FU. So people who are older than like myself knew it as the FU. So yeah, John Cena wins with the FU, and he is your new WWE Champion. And then we get to the main event, and it's Batista versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. Triple H is defending the championship, and this storyline was a really good way to introduce Batista to the main event scene, because this is a perfect example of how to build a new star in WWE. In today's WWE, they don't do it that much. That here's a guy, a big guy Batista, and normally, yeah, the post go, ooh, wow, they have him talking, and like, ooh, I'm the big guy, ooh, and all this. But with Batista, like, he was just there, he was the heavy, he would just do some Batista bombs and stuff. But after that, after the whole, he won the Rumble, what brand was he gonna have? Was he gonna face JBL or Triple H? And then obviously Batista heard Flair and Triple H talking behind his back and stuff, and then he does the whole table spot with Triple H, and that was a really great feud because everyone was wanting Triple H to get his ass kicked by Batista, and when he finally became world champion, everyone was like, awesome, finally, he's a world champion. It ended the reign of Triple H, the reign of terror with Triple H. And I loved the Triple H and Batista feud in 2005. Really enjoyed it, and it looks like this year's WrestleMania we're going to have the rematch from 2005, Triple H versus Batista, and potentially Batista's last match. He says he's going to retire after that match. So, yeah. But overall, this match was really damn good. You had some counters. Triple H got busted open. Flair got involved a few times. But Batista wins with the Batista bomb, and he's your new World Heavyweight Champion. And obviously, he would go on to the next pay-per-view, which was, I think, Bad Blood 2005, and he would obviously face Triple H in Hell in a Cell and beat Triple H's record at Hell in a Cell. He was undefeated at Hell in a Cell matches, and obviously Batista beat that. So yeah, overall, WrestleMania 21 was a good show. I would say that if you want to watch it again, I would definitely recommend it, especially the Money in the Bank ladder match. The two main events were really good. Especially maybe not the JBL and John Cena match wise, but the aftermath of it, you'll get it why, because obviously Cena and Batista was the upcoming guys that was going to push in the next 5 to 10 years. I would definitely recommend Kurt Angle vs Shawn Michaels. That was match of the night. I also forgot to say that Trish Stratus and Christy Hemme had a women's titles match, but that was a whatever match. Trish Stratus got the win, and also that would lead to Trish and Lita feud as well in 2005. And then that was it really. So WrestleMania 21, I will give it. I'll say I thought it was a good show and a fun show, and I really love going back and watching WrestleMania 21 because just so many great moments from WrestleMania 21, and yeah. Overall, guys, what do you guys think of the show? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'll check you out later.